Old School is back. It is here, and it is time to finally feature Super Mario World on Old School on the channel, because this is a game I reference quite a lot if we're playing other Mario games and other platformers and other 16-bit video games. For a lot of people, this is one of the, if not the best video game of all time, not just best Mario or platformer game. But some of you who are regulars will remember that I've said on a few occasions that I think this game is a tad overrated. I hear gasps in the audience. I'll explain as I play. This game is very, 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 very good. Very good. And I don't want people thinking that I don't like this game in any way, because it's beautifully crafted. One of the best platformers around, for sure, it is. It's just too easy. There you go, I've said it. It's too easy. Or rather, it holds your hand so much and absolutely piles on power-ups and one-ups and mushrooms and fire flowers and all the goodies that you'd get in your Mario games. It throws them and piles them on far, far too early on in the game. And that is why I was going to say I fell off. I never fell off this game. I actually finished this game a few times. It was obviously a very good video game. But I'm a bit of a Mario 3 fanboy. That is not just my favourite Mario game, but it's also up there in my top 3 video games of all time. And I'm going to make myself look like an idiot, I think, in this video by just dying a lot. It's like, Chorizo, I thought you said this was easy. But it is, guys. It is. I mean, please bear in mind I am commentating and playing and doing all that stuff at the same time. Anyone who's a regular knows I'm not the best at playing and speaking, which is kind of ironic for someone with a gaming-focused YouTube channel. But anyway, in my own time, if I was playing this now, I'd kind of just breeze through it. And it's not because I memorize stuff well, because I don't. If I go back and play Mario 3 or Mario 1, I still find those games very challenging. Not the case with this. And a big issue for me with this game, from a design standpoint, was this place. Or these places. The Switch Palaces. Because they basically make the game easy. Or they give the game an easy mode, if you like. Yes, I don't have to go and unlock these places. I know that. But it's just... I feel like the developers were trying to make Mario overly accessible, if that even exists as a terminology, but over accessible for gamers young and old. Now, I grew up as a kid playing Mario, so I loved the challenge. I loved learning the mechanics and dying over and over again. That's why I love the Dark Souls games. Learning them, getting better, and then finally beating that boss you've been struggling on for a few hours. But with this, it was the first SNES game I played. It come bundled with the SNES, and I just, at the time, I couldn't put my finger on what it was that made me just want to play Mario 3. But it was the difficulty, I think, and it's a big bugbear of mine with this game. Everyone's different. Some people might say, oh, Mario 3, like, that game's a walk in the park. I could play that game with my eyes closed, Chorizo. Like, what are you smoking? And that's fair. That would be a fair point. Everyone finds games... Or everyone has a different stance on their video games, don't they? In regards to difficulty. But for me, this game is just like... Oh, please don't die. I'll look like a right old idiot when I... I remember just breezing through this game. I think some may argue the challenge with this game is finding all of the stars? I got moons. I'm thinking of moons, but that's Odyssey, isn't it? Is it finding all the stars in this, or was that Mario 64? But I think Mario 64 and Mario 64, Mario 3. They're probably my 2 favourite Mario games of all time. But this game, it's hard to criticise this game. It's difficult to criticise this game. If I was to review this game, if I was like a paid journalist to review it, it'd get a 9 out of 10 every day. It wouldn't get a 10 because I don't think it's perfect. But it'd definitely get at least, I say at least, but it'd definitely get a 9. But there's me criticising the game just like, yeah, it's not even, it wouldn't even make my top 3 favourite Mario games, guys. It wouldn't. But it would still get a 9 because the level design in this is so good. Oh, I was nearly dead then. The sound, the audio in this, the music composition, like little touches, like when you jump on Yoshi and you hear the little drum beat kicks in. The attention to detail, the variety in the worlds, the stages, it's a visual treat, and it's genius in design for its time. It is, but it's too easy. Or rather, the platforming isn't easy. There are some real tricky sections in this game, and also the bosses. I would get stuck on 1 or 2 of the bosses in this. It's the power-ups. The power-ups are my issue. Switch palaces. The fact that you can load up on toadstools and fire flowers. As you can see there, I got a fire flower in my inventory. So if I do get hit now, and you all know this, you've all played this, just in case you haven't, then I've got a reserve fire flower. And it just piles on the stuff all the time, every single stage. And am I right in saying that this is the first Mario game with checkpoints? Those little, I don't know what they're supposed to be, like NFL goals, are they? I don't know. But those little things you run through, like before bosses and halfway through the stages. You don't need checkpoints in Mario games. Like, if you die, even if you die near the end of the stage, make us go back to the beginning and do it again. It also adds to the longevity of the game, and it also keeps you on edge. It's not the case in Mario World. I always know that I've got a checkpoint, and then 5 million fire flowers, and the switch palaces. But it's a 9 out of 10. It's one of those games where I could talk about it all day. I really could. Oh, here we go, Iggy's Castle. This will be interesting, guys, to see how I handle the boss here. Yeah, I could talk about this all week, not all day. Because I love this game, I do. I think it deserves its place in the Hall of Greats when it comes to video gaming, for sure. But it's just the magic of Mario 3. There is something about Mario 3 that I still... Yeah, it still keeps me playing to this day. With Mario World's not the same for me. Mario World, I fall off quickly now. I'll start playing, I'm like, I'm a bit bored. Which is blasphemy for some people. This is a lot of people's favourite Mario game, isn't it? But, and then Mario 64 comes along on N64. Here's a checkpoint. Yeah, Mario 64 comes along, and I'm just like blown away. Like, I struggled with that game, but it's probably because I struggle with the N64 controller so much. But that game for me it blew my mind. And Dave, who's a regular to the channel, I bring Dave a lot up in these videos, but Dave is a very, very close friend of mine. Crazy about video games. Dave doesn't like Mario 64 that much. He likes it, but he's like, yeah, it's okay. Whereas he loves this. So it just goes to show how, like, people's opinions vary so much when it comes to the Mario games around this period. I mean, it's kind of accepted universally. Oh, I've died. There you go. I told you it's too easy. It's kind of universally accepted, I think. I'm plucking this theory out my backside, but everyone loves Mario 3, don't they? You don't really debate over Mario 3. It's like, oh, Mario 3, yeah, it's amazing. Everyone you meet who likes video games, Mario 3, yeah, it's such a good game. But then it's, when it comes to Mario World, or Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, everyone starts having their opinions and their gripes and this and that, and Let me know though, guys. Please let me know your feelings, your thoughts with Mario World, Super Mario World. Like, and I actually don't mind the sequel to this, Yoshi's Island. I actually think that's a good game. I know many people who hate that game. Many people. I actually really enjoyed it. Is it as good as this video game? No. No way. It's not. Like, I'm not a crazy person. Like, this is a masterpiece, for sure. But it's too easy. Let's have a little look at the next stage. I remember seeing screenshots of this game. Here in the UK, Mario 3 was doing the rounds. Everyone was going crazy over Mario 3. But in Japan, I think I'm right in saying this. In Japan, Mario World was already a thing. It just arrived there. People were playing it. They were going crazy. I saw screenshots of this game. Oh, let's get the cape. I saw screenshots of this game and I was like, I need this video game, or I need that video game. And like I say, by the time it hit the UK, because I had the SNES quite early on in its life cycle, I was lucky. When I finally got to play this game, I was underwhelmed. And that's just my personal feelings. I'm not saying this is a bad game. I reiterate, this is a 9 out of 10, I think. Maybe a 10 out of 10, maybe. But anyway, Super Mario World. I love it, but I'm also not that keen. Look out for more content coming to the channel. I'll speak to you all very soon.